All right, we're going to talk with Josh Appel here on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Before we talk football, I always remind you, best place to get geared up with Canes or Dolphins merch is Caneswear in Davie or online at caneswear.com. Josh Appel, play-by-play broadcaster nationally for the NFL on Sports USA, and he'll be on the call this Sunday for the Carolina Panthers and Arizona Cardinals, along with Marvin Lewis. But before we talk about the NFL and your USF Bulls, I see you're proudly wearing a USF Bulls hat. What do you do with the Dolphins' loss yesterday? Because that's not a traditional NFL loss. That was something you don't often see. Maybe at the end of a season when teams are banged up and they're mathematically eliminated and they're trying things out. This is a very rare loss to see game one.
That was maybe one of the top 5 most discouraging performances by a Dolphins team maybe in my life. You go an entire offseason talking about culture change and everybody's bought in. And I've never seen this many guys stay after practice for 35 minutes like these guys were in this. And that's the performance that you come out with. There were times where I was watching and thinking to myself, what even is this? How is this the product in week one? How? And as you know, I have been a tremendous supporter of Tua Tagovailoa. I was in agreement with Hawk that I thought this team would be better than what national pundits thought about them.
Well, I think you may be misconstruing what I said.
Sorry. You're in witness protection. I forgot. Weird to be in witness protection, but also announce on Instagram where you're at and where you're staying. It's an interesting play by you.
Did I say people were sleeping on this Dolphins team? I don't recall that. Admittedly, I had done a lot of drugs leading up to the Dolphins season.
I kept making the point. If Tua Tagovailoa plays, the Dolphins win. Because big picture in his career, that's been the case. And then I see yesterday's game, and then I see this from Barry Jackson today. Tua and Mike McDaniel are 6-9 in the last 15 games that Tua has been available, with 14 interceptions and 8 Tua fumbles. I saw some clips from 2023 this morning, and I compared that to what I saw to yesterday from Tua Tagovailoa. And it feels like two completely different players. And I don't know if this is the concussions catching up to him, if his hip injury is regressive, and now at this point in his career, it's catching up to him. He looks slow. He looks unathletic, and he's never been the most athletic guy. We know that, but not like this, where he looks like Joe Flacco doing pirouettes in the pocket like Flacco was doing yesterday.
He did hit the rushing over, by the way. If you tailed me on the rushing over, he did hit that.
I saw somebody post some clips of the All-22. I'm not putting this on the offensive side. This is 80% Tua Tagovailoa. There were plays to be made that Tua has made consistently in the past with ease that he wasn't seeing and that he wasn't making. That throw on the sideline, Malik Washington, I think, caught it out of bounds. Jalen Waddle and Malik Washington were both there. There was one defender there. That's a throw from to the opposite hash that Tua makes in his sleep. He took a sack deep in Indianapolis territory. Tyreek Hill, over the middle, wide open, bailed out of it, got sacked. The interception, okay, the first one, sails the receiver, tight window, happens. Seen him make that throw before, but happens. The second one, the guy's the biggest player on the field. How do you not see the guy?
You ain't see him standing there?
It felt like a completely different player. And if that's the version of Tua Tagovailoa the Dolphins are going to get, it's untenable, and they should move off of him if this is what they're going to get. And then after the game, it's just it's so maddening to see how he talks after a performance like this. Omar Kelly says to him, it just seems like there's instances of when things start to go bad, they snowball for you. Multiple turnovers seem to happen in bunches for you. Is that a mental thing? Are you pressing? What's at play there? And Tua took exception to that. Mm-hmm. I believe Isaiah Smalls had this nugget. 3 games last year. That's when Tua threw his 7 interceptions. Since 2020, Tua has 7 games with 3 or more interceptions. That is tied for the second most in the league. And he took offense to that comment by Omar Kelly in the postgame press conference. And then he says, oh, we'll see who's going to be in the film room on the off day on Tuesday. It just feels so performative. It feels so arrogant. And to me, this is not the same guy that after his first start against the Rams in an empty stadium, went back out on the field in his full uniform and sat there and looked around and took it all in. It's a completely different and changed person, and for the worst. I can't believe I'm at this point with this guy because I've defended him so much. But if that's the version they're going to get, it's untenable. It just is.
Josh, what? Because this is the take, and I honestly agree with you. He didn't look very good, and his little personality is a little different too.
Yeah,
I hear what you're saying. The problems we knew were going to happen. Offensive line got sacked 3 times in the first half. Secondary, this storm duck and Jack Jones being Pat and Sam thing. I think Hawk's running away from that a little bit now.
But that's a good take. I think the jury's still out on that.
Admittedly, I never said which Sam and which Pat.
You said Sam Howell and Pat Riley.
Sam Howell and it's Pat from Saturday Night Live.
But Josh, I'm gonna throw. So those were the 2 concerns. We never thought Tua would be a concern. I'm gonna throw him in the bucket now. Out of those 3, what is the biggest concern? Because we thought Tua healthy is going to be a top 15 quarterback. It didn't look like it on Sunday.
That's all the evidence we have is that when he's healthy, until this recent stretch, that he's a top 15 guy. I think that the biggest concern to me, and besides them still having operational problems where Mike McDaniel has to call a timeout or they're taking a delay of game, besides how maddening that is. Crowder, we've talked about this when we've done shows together, when I've come on with you guys in general, and I think Hawk alluded to this too in the first segment. That front 7, that was supposed to be the thing you could rely on. We're getting pushed around. Chop Robinson did not lay a finger on Daniel Jones yesterday. Matthew Judon, who hasn't played special teams in 30 years, is on special teams. At the time they actually do get a stop, he runs into the kicker. Willie Gay, who I thought had one of the best camps. Every reporter who was on site at camp,
what happened there?
Did not play a single defensive snap.
What happened there? What? Isn't at some point, don't you go, hey, our defense is getting steamrolled? Maybe we'll insert someone who kind of look good.
Willie, where's Willie?
They're trying to go on offense, and I'm watching them throw 10-yard ins to Alec Ingold. What am I watching? What offense is this? You have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and Devon Achane and Malik Washington. There are guys, and I'm watching ins to Alec Ingold. What was any of that? And you guys nailed it. There's losing games. It happens. You're going to lose games. But the manner in which you do, this... How is that an off season's worth of preparation? How is that the final product? How are you telling me that everything's changed and everything's different? We've done all these things. It's the worst.
Hey, we'd have lost by 80 if we didn't buckle down this off season. I'm telling you, that would have been a funny post-game press conference by Mike McDaniel and Tua. Hey, we'd have lost by 80. So you guys should be thankful that we really got rid of the cancers and buckled down.
People are calling Mike McDaniel McDungeons and Dragons right now on social media. How are we here? How is this happening?
You said, if this is the version of Tua, it's untenable and they have to move on from him. And then we heard from Hawk earlier that today, Monday, September 8th, is the 1-year anniversary since the last time Tyreek Hill caught a pass or made a play for 30 yards or more. Okay, but is that is it on Tua? Because clearly everybody's a little frustrated with Tua today, even the biggest Tua supporters. Is it on McDaniel? Is it both? What's happened to this offense then, Appel? Is it just blame everywhere? Because I think people want to just put one person up on the pedestal to blame them, but I think it's just everywhere. It's everything. It's the composition of the team and how it's structured.
Oh, they failed in every facet yesterday. Like every single actually except for one. We were concerned about how they would be in third down and short and fourth down and short. Ollie Gordon yesterday plowed ahead, got a third down and 1.
What?
Boom. There's improvement.
Fourth down and long. Devon Achane plowed ahead.
That's a
Was
lot of-
not going down.
I heard you in the first segment. Are you kidding me with that on 4th and goal from the 11? A swing pass? like what am I? What?
4th and 11. You're down 33 points.
How do you
pass out to the
compensate
flat?
for losing?
What?
How do you compensate for losing Jonnu Smith? Big target in the end zone. Easy. Don't throw it near the end zone.
And then to make matters worse, I was fine with the Jalen Ramsey trade at the time, so I'm not trying to do revisionist history here, but he makes the winning play at the end of the Steeler game. Jonnu Smith has Hunter, by God, Long is catching touchdowns in the NFL yesterday. Like
Noah Fant scored a touchdown yesterday too, who the Dolphins brought in and decided not to sign him and got Darren Waller instead. And the guy that they chose in Kenneth Grant, and whatever, Kenneth Grant didn't really do anything, but it doesn't matter. The defense was trash. The guy they chose, the Colts chose right after him, the tight end yesterday, first possession for the Colts, Daniel Jones, and I'm forgetting his name. Literally,
Ty Warren. That boy can play ball, man.
It looked like Brady to Gronkowski. It looked like Brady to Gronkowski.
Crowder was covering a tight end out there again.
What? They ran a running play for him. That guy was everywhere.
That man can play ball, bro.
Mike McDaniel actually answered your question today just a moment ago, and he basically said, well, we had opportunities yesterday, and there were other guys who weren't doing their jobs. Bradley Chubb alluded to that as well. Again, how is that possible? You just got out of training camp. You just got out of 3 preseason games. You made a whole big deal about going to 10 days on the road, and you go out there, and none of you look like you want to play with each other.
It was really remarkable. All right, Josh Appel, he's going to be on the call for Sports USA this Sunday, Carolina and Arizona. We've got more. Do not go anywhere.